Your sensitivity is a superpower. Here's how you can learn to own it. Now, us who can feel other people's disapproval or tension towards us, most of us go into a thinking mindset of being victims to society or to what other people feel. And we have no control over it, but we wish we did. And we can actually feel how other people feel about us a lot more than people who are self-absorbed, more narcissistic driven, where the whole world evolves around them. They don't really care about other people. But people with empathic qualities, they have the tendency to be able to tune to other individuals and within a few seconds be able to tell how the other one feels about them. And then it invokes fear in us. It invokes a need for control or to ease that tension in the other party. And what if I were to say this was a superpower that you can feel how other people feel about you before they even look at you, before they even speak to you? And you could start to use this to your advantage. A relinquishing of the control, a not needing to change a single thing about how the other party feels. But knowing that when they don't feel great emotions towards you, they are thinking judgmental thoughts, angry emotions and thoughts towards you, that you can separate the tasks and take your power back, move away from that individual. And what will happen is you will feel a sense of power within your own body and start to feel connected with your body rather than with the person. That is where you start to change the energy from being in the head, taking on every single individual's crap that don't like us, not needing to fix it, putting up a wall. That is their tension. They have created that tension. We did not, okay? Going back to the past, things happened that we didn't like. So we created preferences based on those events. And as adults or teenagers, whatever age you are, we have created identities connected to those past moments and preferences, our likes and dislikes. And if things don't go the way we want, life is not good. There's an issue there. There's a feeling of not being good enough or not achieving enough or envying or jealousy. It's all attached to all of that old stuff. What if I were to say you could observe that stuff and just let it be? Let it be and then let it go. And not have to fight with your mind, but just let it do what it's going to do. And allow it to be what it is. Acceptance. The law. You come up with new assumptions of what you believe to be true. What you want in your life. You are the controller, the ruler. This is not a control of the outer world and circumstances. This is, we get to dictate how our life is going to be mapped out and what we want in it and what's not good for us. We can get to manifest into our lives what is good. And we can separate ourselves away from the toxic resistance type energy and people that are going to keep us blocked from achieving such things. and needing to stay living in lack and scarcity and unworthiness that is attached to the old program of who we used to be. But the problem is, right now, a lot of us, there's no use to be because we are still that way. And when you come to grips with it, you can admit to yourself, I've been hanging on to this shit for way too long. I've been hanging on to how other people treated me back then for way too long, and I'm creating the same dynamic in my current relationships. And that is where this becomes a superpower. Because what you'll be able to do when you separate yourself from people, even people who give you great feelings, good feelings, peace, love, they match your vibration. They match your energy, your state of consciousness, who you are being, what you like to align with. Those will be great people to align yourself with, make friendships with, but non-neediness, right? Because us who have these empathic qualities, when things would finally start to go our way and someone matched our energy, we wanted too much. You want too much, and then it makes the person run away or be repelled by your energy of needing so much out of them. And that's why I teach the law of the separations of the tasks of each individual having their own life, being very, very powerful, very loving, very peaceful. It doesn't take much time to practice mindfulness once a day, taking some space for yourself, either to read, to meditate for 10 or 15 minutes on the life you would prefer to have and the things you would like to see manifest come true. Those are the times where you're starting to change your subconscious mind, which drives the way you live consciously. And the way you live consciously is what creates your reality. And when you change the subconscious, which drives the conscious, to already having these things, not needing anything, things that match your vibration that are good for you will come to you in ways when you are not expecting it. You are not needing it. You are not wanting it. You are being it. You are being the person that is equal to each one of those things you would like to manifest, whether it's in the form of wealth, in the form of opportunity, or in the form of relationship. Those are three of the key things that we as people would like to have better than whatever our current life situation is. And when you start to live on the level of the individual that has more than what you currently have, that is where the law will have to match. It will match your beliefs. Go back a couple videos ago, watch them. Or don't, but try it for yourself. Just changing your assumption and what you believe to be true. And persist in it, regardless of what you're experiencing, regardless of the negative that you feel or the people who don't believe in your story or your journey. We're all on paths to achieve greatness. I am, you are, the community is. We're doing it together. But it starts with using our empathic powers to empower ourselves and to know when another individual is only going to come around to try to take advantage of us. Being at peace with the way life is now, loving your life for the way it is now, thinking you're attractive because of the way that you look now. And if you don't think that you do look good now, or you need to make a change, you need to take action on that in the new energy. But that energy and the taking action, that comes from shifting belief systems. And where that comes from is from meditating, being mindful of your life and not projecting energy and needing to control the outer world and placing more importance on the inner world. The outer world and everything that comes and presents itself in our lives is secondary. Okay? It will become a match. You picture it, you out picture it because of your belief system. You change what you believe to be true and what you are worthy of attracting and what is good for your life. And you change the old story to being a better person than the person that is stuck, not achieving these kinds of things, stuck, not getting approval from a certain individual that is hot or has tons of friends or has millions of dollars or has a big property. Who says that you can't be equivalent? Who's saying that you are not? You, your mindset. The mindset is the self-concept. That is why I teach on it on my videos, because we are going to get on a level of self-conception that the outer world will need to conform to our energy without us needing to manipulate results. We just enter a different dimension field in the quantum of one of the 50 million versions of us that exist, and you tune into the one that you want to create. And when you create it, you set yourself up on that new path, and you start meditating and visually seeing yourself. How would you walk around if you had what you envision? How would you act in public with other people if you had what you envision? What would you do every day the second you wake up? How would you think throughout a day? Would you need to think of all this negative stuff and this programming that manipulates us to make us think that we're not good enough because this thing didn't present itself? No, because then we're going back to allowing the senses to create identities for us, when really it's how we feel within when you're connected with your brain and your heart that creates your reality. And when you become in tune with that, make a match with it, imagine the future event, and then start to live with the feeling from the end, not the how am I going to get there. You will start to attract things into your life that are in alignment with the feeling that you are creating around the field around your body. And only good things will come into your life. And that's where I'm saying that it's a superpower to know how other people feel about you. But also looking at it in terms of being very neutral. And we can talk to other people, share with other people, but we will know which ones that, we want to have a personal relationship with or not, or who would be unhealthy for you, or who's a current friend in your life that's keeping you stuck, keeping you negative, keeping you thinking you need to hate a bunch of other people because they do, that you may need to cut that type of individual out of your life. And when you actually find the power within, the strength within to cut that type of toxic individual out of your life, you will actually open up all the opportunities that were not presenting themselves because you were staying stuck on a certain level. So try that this week. Put some time aside for yourself every morning. And if you're not into meditating, just be within your own energy before being on any type of devices, computer, television, cell phone. And if you enjoy coffee, have a sip of coffee. If you live somewhere where the climate is warm, go out on your deck, front porch, wherever it is. Enjoy your cup of coffee in peace, silence. Put on some instrumental music that makes you feel very calm, very serene. You're going to value that time if you start to do this inner work practice, and you'll see, maybe I could try making a meditation or doing a meditation here for 10, 15 minutes. And then it becomes a daily practice that you won't want to miss because you'll love that time that you've carved out for yourself. And what will happen is that type of flow state that you get into of being within your own energy and your own body, when you go out in public, your energy will change and you will attract better people than you are currently attracting to you, because they will want to match your energy of being at peace, being in love with life, being someone who sees themselves as in high regards or as successful and wanting to inspire other people to make changes in their lives. So I thank you for watching this one, and we will see you on the next video.